Hey guys, welcome to eMath. Today we need to simplify this radical expression without calculator. Before we do anything, observe. What can you see? Do you notice that this one is actually the conjugate of this one and vice versa? So maybe something interesting will happen when we multiply them together. You know that you can use the difference of square formula, and when you add them together. Alright, when you add them together, you just get rid of the 4 square root of 5. So anyway, I will do this like an equation, which means I will let the whole thing here maybe equals to x. Then I just solve for my x, okay? And I think I will do a substitution before I do anything, which is not necessary, just to make my life easier so that I don't have to write so many terms and so many numbers, okay? I will just let maybe a be 9 plus 4 square root of 5, which is actually 9 plus square root of 16 times 5, which is 80, okay? 80. And I will let b be 9 minus, should be minus 4 square root of 5, which is 9 minus square root of 80, okay? So with that, I don't have to write so many stuff later. I just remember to unsub my a and b, should be fine. So it will just be okay, I will write my x in front. X equals to the cube root of a plus cube root of b. You see, isn't it cleaner? Okay, so whenever you need to solve this kind of equation, right, what you do is actually rest both sides to some power to cancel out with the radical, right? To cancel out with the root. But you have to be very, very careful when you do this, okay? Because you know that by the fundamental theorem of algebra, for an nth degree polynomial will have nth root, is either real or complex. So when you rest, you see originally this is just an first degree polynomial, right? Because x is only raised to the first power. So when you try to take cube on both sides, maybe when we solve at the end, we'll get 3 solutions for x, but only one of them can be fit into our original equation. So you need to always be careful about that. So the easiest way is you get all the answer, then you go and substitute back into the original equation. Okay, so just a little bit small little note for you to take note, yeah? Okay. Anyway, so on left hand side we have x cubed. On right hand side we can just expand this. This is just a sum of cubes. No, not sum of cubes. Okay, we just expand this one. So you know that. Okay, let me write. Where should I write? Okay, I write here. When you have a plus b cubed, what does it mean? It means a cubed plus b cubed, then plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared. Okay, so I hope. Okay, I think if you have done a lot of exercises, you should be very familiar with this one. So anyway, you will just have, okay, cube root and cube can cancel each other, so it's just a, cube root and cube cancel, so it's just b plus 3 times of, okay, this one, cube root of a squared times cube root of b, which actually you can combine them together, right? Because when you have a square root of actually n root of x times n root of y, if the radicals are the same, you can just combine them together, right? So similarly, I can actually write this as, okay, 3 times the cube root of a squared b. Okay, similarly, this is just 3 times cube root of, this time instead of a squared you are squaring the b, so it is ab squared. Okay, and what can we do about this? Remember at the beginning of the video I told you that when we multiply them together we can use the difference of square formula, which means when we multiply them, okay, to make it simple, when you multiply it is actually a times b, right? So, and you can see we can actually get some a times b from this and that. Okay, let me write one more step, just one more step for you. X cubed plus, x cubed is equals to a plus b plus 3 times. You factor out an a, then you have ab left, right? A times a is a squared times b is a squared b, plus 3 times the cube root of, okay, this time you factor out a b and ab. So b times b is b squared times a is ab squared. Okay, so I forgot to compute the value of ab just now, but never mind. You know that a times b is the same as 9 plus sub ad times 9 minus sub ad, and by the difference of square formula, which is a squared minus b squared is a plus b, a minus b. In this case, your a is 9, so a squared is 81. Your b is square root of 80, so b squared is 80. You see, very nice, because it is just 81 minus 80, which is just a 1. Very nice, isn't it? So yeah, let me clear this one. I don't think we need this. If this is just a 1, then simple. X cubed equals to a plus b plus 3 times cube root of a plus 3 times cube root of b, and we can factor out. Sorry, I missed out 3. We can factor out the 3, right? Not the cube, right? You can't combine. Okay, square root of a plus square root of b is not the same as square root of a plus b. Don't make this careless mistake, okay? Anyway, you can factor out the 3. Okay, so let's do that. A plus b plus 3 times cube root of a plus cube root of b. And guess what? What's this? What's this? This is our x, isn't it? So x cubed is the same as a plus b plus 3 times x, right? Because if you notice, this and these are just the same. So we can just move things around. You have x cubed minus 3x is equal to a plus b. And what is a plus b? I told you earlier. It is just 9 plus, you can just get rid of the square root of 80, right? Okay, let me just write down for you. Okay, for your, okay, a plus b is 9 plus square root of 80 plus 9 minus square root of 80. So what you do here is just you get rid of the sub. Okay, so 9 plus 9, okay, maybe this is, my handwriting is not so good. 9 plus 9 is 18. Okay, so you can write this as x cubed minus 3x minus 18 equals to 0. So what you have to do here is just solve for x, and it is a cubic equation, but it is not a very bad cubic equation that you need to use the long formula, because you can see that number 1, 18 is a multiple of 3. And then 18 is 3 times 6. Yeah, I told you it's a multiple of 3. And it is also 2 times 9, which is 2 times 3 squared. So I think maybe 3 is a good guess, right? And I think so, because if you substitute in 3, okay, you will get a 27 minus 3 times 3 is 9, which is an 18. So we can factor out this one, x minus 3, with something else. Okay, so if you are not convinced by my guessing procedure there, never mind, we'll do a long division or a synthetic division. And for me, I prefer synthetic division.
I'm in the synthetic part. So synthetics is a bit harder. Yeah, synthetics is a bit harder for me at least, because it's confusing, a bit confusing. It's easy actually, but sometimes a little bit confusing.
Wow! We will have negative 3 here. And then for x cubed, the coefficient is 1. For x squared, the coefficient is 0. For x, the coefficient is -3. For the constant, it is -18. Okay, just draw a line. For the first column, don't do anything, just pull down the whole thing, just write a 1 here. Then from here to here, you use 1 to multiply with -3, which gives us a -3. And then what you do here is actually you minus, okay? 0 minus -3, which will give us a +3. Next, you go and multiply this 3 and this -3, which will give us a -9. Okay, so -3 minus become plus, -3 plus 9 is 6. Okay, then we will repeat this over and over again, and you can see it right. 6 times -3 is -18. -18, and -18 minus -18 is 0. So we just show that x minus 3 is a factor to that trinomial. Yeah. So x equals to 3 is a solution for x. Then what's left? Very simple. This is the coefficient for x squared. This is the coefficient for x. This is the right. Yeah. And this is a constant. Okay. So it is just x squared plus 3x plus 6. Right? Okay. So by the principle of zero products, it says that if you have like a times b gives you 0, then either a is 0 or b is 0. Okay? So we can say that x minus 3 equals to 0, which means x equals to 3. And this quadratic equation equals to 0. And I don't think we have any real solution for this, right? Seems like we don't have any. Okay, let's just check it real quick using the determinant, which is b squared minus 4ac, which is 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times 6, which is 9 minus, we don't have, it is negative, right? Negative means we don't have any real solution. So yeah, just scratch that. Okay, we'll have no real solution. Because what we want to solve is actually a real solution for this, right? Hence, this radical expression here is equals to 3, and that's it. And actually, there are a lot of similar problems like this, and I remember seeing this in one of the they said that this Cambridge interview question or whatever. If you're interested, then you can just go ahead and search about this. And this is a very common approach for this kind of question. Alright? So if you are interested in more interesting math problem, feel free to click on my recommendation videos here or click on the links in the description down below. Okay? So then that's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.